Sports Sunday, presented by PointsBet Sportsbook.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sports Sunday. I'm Jeff Blanzy. Of course, nice to have you along as usual. Well, 1 week left in the regular season. The Bears know exactly what they have to do to guarantee themselves a spot in the postseason. Just beat the Packers next week, or have the Rams beat the Cardinals. Never thought it would be possible after the miserable 6-game losing streak during the year. But 17,000 fans allowed in to watch this one in Jacksonville today. Quite a few making the trip to Florida from Chicago. Bears got the game's first touchdown late in the opening quarter. Mitch Trubisky slings one into the arms of Jimmy Graham, 5 yards, 7-3 Bears. Jacksonville tied it on this pass from former Bear Mike Glennon to DJ Shark. Great pass, hanging on, tying the game at 10. Just before the half, we saw the part of Trubisky that drives everyone crazy. Less than 30 seconds to go. He's got the Bears in field goal position. Mitch, don't throw it. Oh, my goodness. Into a crowd in the end zone. What was he thinking? Pass picked off, putting an end to the drive. But just a few seconds later, the Jags gave it right back. Glennon tries to squeeze one in there, but Roquan Smith is right there to pick it off, and it would set up a late field goal, giving the Bears a 13-10 lead at the break. Then the Bears exploded in the third, scoring 21 points. Mitch taking this one himself. Good decision. Great move to hang on to it. 6-yard run, making it 20-10. Then David Montgomery, who went over 1,000 yards rushing for the season. This one would give the Bears a 27-10 lead. Defense wasn't spectacular, but they didn't have to be against the Jags. They are the worst team in the NFL. Roquan right there to collect his second interception, and it would set up another Bears touchdown. Trubisky, who finished 24 of 35 for 265. Another one here to Graham, tumbling backwards for his 8th touchdown of the season. It was 34-10. And a personal best for Allen Robinson. He had 10 receptions today, giving him 100 for the season. First time in his career that he's reached triple digits in receptions. The Bears added one more touchdown on the ground late. Artavis Pierce from 3 yards out. The Bears, as expected, trounced the Jags. 41-17 the final. Bears are now 8-7. Montgomery finished the day with 95 yards on 23 carries. 103 yards receiving for Robinson. Third straight win, but remember, those wins came against Houston, Minnesota, and Jacksonville, who have a combined 11 wins. That's it. Here's Mike Bertman with more now.
Jeff, at halftime, the Bears were not happy with a 3-point lead in the way they'd played. Mitch Trubisky said the message in the locker room was simple. Let's play like we know we can. And they did, scoring touchdowns on 4 straight second-half drives to keep control of their playoff destiny.
We weren't executing on all cylinders like we can, so let's play 11 as one. Let's go out there, be us, and let's have some fun in the third quarter and the second half. So there wasn't really too much said. Everyone knew what they had to do, but we just went out and did it.
We were able to be productive on offense. We scored touchdowns, and our defense got stops and got the ball back. So you put all that together, and it jumpstarts you, and that happens in the third quarter.
Trubisky made one ugly mistake, but otherwise he engineered another strong day for the offense. Now the Bears have scored 30 or more in 4 straight games for the first time since George Halas roamed the sideline in 1965.
I think it all starts with an expectation, just having a high expectation for ourselves in this offense that this is what we're capable of, and nothing less is going to be acceptable.
And so despite a roller coaster season, the Bears' mission is simple. Beat the rival Packers, and they're back in the playoffs.
The biggest thing that you want in this league is playing meaningful games in November into January, and that's where we find ourselves at right now, so again, it's going to be exciting.
It's a playoff game, just like the last 3 were. So, we're excited to be in this position, to be going up against, such a rival. It's all here for us.
So how unlikely is the position the Bears are in? Well, in a word, very. If the Bears can get into the playoffs, they'll be just the 3rd team ever to do it in the same season in which they had a 6-game losing streak. Should be fun next weekend. Jeff, back to you.
All right, Mike, thanks. Here's tonight's Fan Zone question. With the Bears controlling their own playoff destiny, do you think this team is actually ready for the postseason? Please tell us why or why not. We'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts with us on Twitter. Just add the hashtag NBC5SS. The question can also be found on the NBC Chicago Facebook page. And as we usually do, we'll share some of your responses later in the show. It's December, so this is the weather to expect in Green Bay, right? Plenty of snow for the Packers and Titans. Turned out to be the Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams show. Rodgers throws for 4 touchdowns, 3 of them go to Adams. 124 yards receiving for Adams as well. The Packers roll to their 12th win, 40-14 over Tennessee. All right, the Bulls really struggled the first 2 games of the season, losing by a combined 39 points. Tonight, they played much better. Despite 24 turnovers, they were actually in it till the last-second shot by the Warriors dropped them to 0-3. Bulls really got some balanced scoring. They had 4 players with 20 or more points. Wendell Carter Jr., one of them. Corner ball 3 there. He would finish with 22. Bulls led by 10 at that point. Then late in the game, Zach LaVine goes strong to the bucket. He knocks it down, 2 of his 33, and the Bulls led by 2 with 5 seconds to go in the game. So you think the Warriors look for Steph Curry, right? But the Bulls had him covered. So Damian Lee hits the biggest 3 of his short NBA career, and Golden State slips past the Bulls 129-128.
They can walk off the court with their head held high because of the way they competed. Now, the turnovers, the basketball piece, the execution, that's where you want to put your focus. And you know what? We can look at the tactical things now.
It felt good that we were in the game and competing. Realistically, the last couple of games, we haven't been able to play into the fourth quarter. It is frustrating because, we had a good game, but wasn't good enough to pull out the victory. We just got to build on the things we did well today and, the things that we should be doing. It has to be a constant from now on.
Indeed it does. DePaul opening the Big East season against Providence, just the second game for the Blue Demons all season. Late in the second half, DePaul up by 3. They leave A.J. Reeves alone behind the three-point line. The junior drills it, tying the game at 74. Charlie Moore heads back the other way. He will get a shot off, but not even close. It would go to overtime. DePaul fell behind, but tied it with under a minute to go. Paulie Polycap down low. He muscles in 2 off glass. It would go to a second overtime. But the Blue Demons fell behind by 5 after this nice pick and roll. Nate Watson with the jam. DePaul starts conference play with a 95-90 loss, leaving Dave Lato pretty frustrated.
I'm still trying to figure out really about square one, the personality of my team and not, rotations or minutes, and guys are still trying to get in shape and, all those kind of things. But at the end of the day, you lost, and nothing that you can say will legitimize not winning.
And Loyola over at the Gentile Arena hosting Illinois State in the Missouri Valley. Late first half, Lucas Williamson driving baseline. Nice dish to Cameron Krutwig. The big fella would finish with 15. Williamson would lead the Ramblers with 18. Watch this off the break here. He'll catch it, stop, pop, and got it for 3. Loyola opens Missouri Valley play with a 30-point win. Same 2 teams go at it again tomorrow.
Any coach will tell you, whether it's 1 point, 10 points, 15, you put it in the bank, especially on back-to-back nights. You can't think about how much it was.
I haven't played back-to-back games since AAU. Been playing against the same team, but we're gonna have to come out with the mindset like we didn't just win by 30. It's gonna be 0-0 tomorrow, and we're gonna have to keep our foot on the gas pedal.
All right, go get them. Hey, still more to come here on Sports Sunday, including a post-game celebration that you've probably never seen before. Plus, your thoughts to tonight's Fan Zone question. Don't go away. We'll be right back.